All right, officially welcome to Monday night. I love that it's back to Monday nights. Last week we moved to Tuesday just because of the new systems that Plexus is implementing for us. And so we're going to make this fast and furious tonight because I want us to be able to log on to the Plexus call at 9 o'clock tonight. They're going to be different every single Monday night. And then again, every single Thursday night. So Monday nights, we're going to talk a little bit about that within what we're doing tonight and kind of going through some of the systems. But what Plexus is doing for us now, y'all, is it's legit everything. Like they're doing an opportunity call on Monday nights and then they're launching right in to be able to help people understand the basics of our comp plan. And then on Thursday nights, there's always a product call. They're at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. But here's what I'm going to tell y'all. If you don't plug people in and you don't use the system, it's not going to work for you. Okay. And so, what I wanted to start, and some of the leaders on this team, we've just been kind of talking through what we really want to do and getting back to the basics and back to the simplicity is just start a confident conversation series because there are so many of us that want to share Plexus, that want to do it in an authentic way, that want to be able to go after our goals and go after our dreams. And we think all these things, right? Coming off of Super Saturday, we were on this ginormous high. It's the beginning of the year. We've got all of these things that we want to do this year. And then after we're out of the room with like-minded people, or after we watch the video, and maybe sometimes the motivation goes away. Y'all hear me say it all the time. Motivation does not stay, but discipline does. And so sometimes drop a one in the comments if you've ever sat down to send a message to somebody, to put up a post, to call somebody up on the phone and talk about Plexus, and you just like freeze and then say nothing or do nothing because you automatically are kind of like, ooh, but what do I say? What if I say the wrong thing? What if they come back and they ask me something that I don't know? Well, that's what we want to be able to kind of go through tonight to just give you a little bit of a refresher to help you know that you are not alone in this. Nobody is alone in this. We've got tons of systems here in place for you guys to be able to follow. We've got team websites, we've got our Facebook page, we've got groups, we've got all of the things. But if you don't know why you're doing it, you're not going to do it. Okay. And when we talk about going back to the basics, it's you getting your plus one and getting your plus one over and over and over again. But then you helping your new VIP get their plus one. Even if they never ever want to start the business, we know that if you can help people get on the products, 3 products for 3 months with 3 people, they are much more likely to be here a year later. It's like 87%. If you can get somebody started. So if I get Baker started on the products, within her first month, I get her started with 3 people, 3 of her friends for accountability, and keep her here, follow up with her, do the accountability, get her loving the products. She is 87% more likely to still be here a year later. That's residual income. What does this mean for the other person? Y'all, I don't ever want somebody worrying about their health or worrying about how they're going to afford it. We refer things over and over and over and over again to people every single day. That's what our society does. And so, what I really want to encourage y'all to do, and you can take a screenshot of this if you want to, but look how quickly this is going to add up for people. And the reason that we start with just plus one is because if we go to somebody, if I message Jess, she's just started, and Jess, actually, we did this. When I messaged Jess and she started kind of thinking about other people that could do the products with her, she went from never ever going to do the business, I don't want to share, I don't want to talk about it, to, oh, well, I know this person and she helped that person. And then immediately it's like, oh, well, if you have 2 more, you get another $300. Well, yeah, people are going to think of 2 more people if it means $300, right? There's no other referral system that's like this. And so you have to know why you're reaching out to people, both for yourself and for them. So this month, what is it going to mean for you when you get your 3? And that's an extra $100 bonus for you because every single person here is either going for fast start the first time or you're going for fast start refresh again. Today, actually 3 days ago, I put up a post about those, I think it was 3 days ago now, these wrist things that I have. I wasn't even going to put the post up because I thought it was so silly. But I've been using these like wrist sweatband things so that when I wash my face, the water doesn't roll down the end of my arms. I hate that feeling so, so much. I thought that I was crazy that it bothered me so bad. Y'all, there were like 97 comments on that post, and I don't know how many people use the Amazon link to order them. I didn't get anything back from that, right? I'm not making an Amazon commission. I'm not making a commission off those wristbands, but I for sure am going to tell people if it's something that they need to. Plexus does that, but so much better. So if you're asking yourself, if you're watching this for the first time, you're thinking about sharing, or maybe you're watching this and you're like, man, I should know the answers to some of these questions, or I should be willing to reach out, but where do I even begin? I just want to remind y'all that you begin by being yourself. The world doesn't need another me. The world doesn't need another Ange. The world doesn't need another Karen. Would we love to duplicate ourselves sometimes? Yes, for sure. But the world needs you. So as we're going through some of these messaging examples, drop comments, drop questions. If you say it a different way, drop that in there. If you found something that works really well for you, drop it in the comments. I'm just going to kind of give you guys an overview. Y'all know this. I say this all the time. A lot of the leaders on this team say this all the time. We are not a copy and paste company. So when I give y'all things to kind of use as a skeleton, use as an idea, if you're not somebody that says y'all, don't use the word y'all. People are going to know, right? If you're not a hey girl person, don't use the word hey girl. You have to make it your copy. And here's the thing, y'all. Don't make it weird. It is not weird to recommend things to other people. We make it that way. So I want you to drop in the comments the last time that you recommended something to someone outside of Plexus. Maybe it was a pair of leggings. Maybe it was a restaurant. What was the thing that you recommended to someone outside of Plexus? Because here's the deal. When somebody says, oh, hey, I'm really hungry, you don't hesitate to be like, yeah, right, Baker, a new restaurant, a brush. You're not like, ooh, should I tell you about this restaurant or should I not tell you about the restaurant? I don't know. Let me overthink this for the next 45 minutes and then not recommend the restaurant to you because I don't know how you're going to react to it. No, we just recommend the restaurant, right? A book, lip polish, all the things all the time. But here's the thing, because it's attached to something that we're earning back, and for a lot of us, it's attached to network marketing. And that's why we think it's weird. It's not weird. The whole world is part of marketing. Do we get paid for it? Yup. And I want you to own that. When you walk into Walmart and you ask somebody where shampoo is, they take you to it. They get paid, right? They get paid for that service of helping you. That's how the entire world works. We just get to do it better over here because we get to help them and follow up with them. Okay, couple of tips for you guys before we really dive into this. Use their name in messages. It makes people feel like you're actually talking to them. Don't just say, hey, and then start, because that we all know what it's like to get a copy and paste message, right? Use personal reasons. So in every single one of these things that I'm about to share with you, please use something that connects you guys. And you'll see that as we go through it. Use your voice. I talked about this. If you don't use the word y'all, don't type y'all. Just because I have it in some of these, I say all the time since I used to spend half of my time in Nashville, I think. Don't make it a book and give all of the information. Jess and I are classic for this. We joke about it all the time because it's really hard for us to keep things short. Baker called me the yapper today because I love being able to explain all the things to all the people all the time. And so if that is you, there's nothing wrong with that, but reel it in because we have to be able to have that conversation with people. And again, don't make it weird, right? If somebody asks us about a restaurant, we're not like, oh, yeah, okay. And so you're going to walk in the door. And when you walk in the door, you're going to go to the left, and the receptionist is going to be there to greet you. And then when you get there and you get to the right, you don't explain every single thing right off the bat. You have a conversation about it. So don't make it a book, give all of the information at once. Keep it short and sweet and have them asking questions back. Okay, so a couple of things that we're going to go through tonight. When you start messaging people, reaching out to people, these are the things that we're going to go through. Where you see a need for friends and family, if you're making an ask in Messenger, some people call this cold messaging. I hate that terminology. Or if you're making a post, we're going to kind of go through the ways that you can reach out to people, you can ask people, or if you put up a post, how people can comment back. So the first thing, and this is really big, y'all, for every single one of you, and for you to be able to help your new plus one. So I just helped somebody get started. Her name was Melissa. This is one of the first messages that I sent, that I had her send to someone. You can message this or you can call this or call this person and say these things. These are your close friends and family. When I very first started this, my mom, my sister-in-law, and a couple of friends. I called my mom, I called Chelsea, I messaged a couple of my friends before I ever thought that I wanted to do this business. The blanks obviously are where you're going to put in the things that are going to make this personal. So, hey, so and so. Hey, Sally, I just did something. I want you to do it with me. You know how I've been struggling with my headaches, with my autoimmune disorders, and really low energy. I have a friend that talked to me about a few products. They've helped her with her digestion, they've helped her overcome migraines, and her skin is really clear. You're one of the first people that I thought of because I know that you mentioned that you've been going through a lot of depression issues, and I'd love for you to do this with me. Can I just fill you in? That's not weird, right? It's me starting something and wanting to get one of my friends or family to do it with me. If you have somebody that you have not asked this with yet, whether you're brand new or maybe you've just been putting it off, drop just the first name of somebody that you can send this message to tomorrow and how you can personalize it. Take a screenshot of it. I've got these all in our website. They're all going to go up in our team page too. Don't make these things weird. That's my biggest top tip for y'all. Help people get their plus one by helping them draft this message. Hey, who do you know that could do this with you? Almost always people are going to tell you that they don't know anybody. That's a lie. We all know somebody. 9 years later, I still know new somebodies that need this. Anytime that you can send a voice message and you can personalize it with their name, do it. Because then people know that it's not a copy and paste. You will not get better at it until you exercise it just like it's a muscle. Okay, so that's one of the first ones. These are your very close friends and family, the people that you do life with. Okay, this one is where I think a lot of people get kind of caught up. Tell me if y'all ever get caught up in seeing somebody put a post up, or you just think about somebody and you're like, ooh, I just don't know. I don't know if I can message them because I don't want them to think less of me. Drop a comment, a one in the comment if you think that. If you've ever been like, yeah, I want to message this person, but what are they going to think? Are they going to think that I'm just reaching out because I want to sell something? Y'all, guess what? You are selling something. You are 100% selling something and it can change their life. I'm going to tell some of y'all have heard me tell this story before. Jen Leaf, she's an incredible, incredible diamond in our company, has been going through a lot of stuff right now. And so she's kind of been a little bit more behind the scenes. But I will never forget her telling me this story that she had a friend. She's been in this business for, I think she's like 12 or 13 years now. She had a friend when she hit like her 8 year mark. And she finally said to her friend, "Why haven't you ever done this with me?" And her friend said, "Because you've never asked me to do it with you." And I thought, because you never asked me to do it with you, I wasn't good enough. And every single time, right, Mandy? Every single time I think about that, I think, I don't ever want somebody to think that. It completely flipped the script for me. I don't ever want somebody to think that they are not worth my time. And as soon as we get outside of our heads, because that flips the script from, oh my gosh, I wonder what they're going to think about me. What if they don't start the products? What if they think I'm just trying to sell something? And it makes it about them. This is about your goals and your dreams, 100%. It's an avenue for you to get there. But more than that, it's an avenue for somebody else to feel better in their skin. And when I started thinking about it that way, that how dare me not share this with somebody else? I did not want anybody in my world to have me be 6 months ahead of them because I didn't share it with them. I wanted them to come with me. And so when you flip it that way, it's no longer a cold message. Cold messaging was like 10 years ago when people would just copy and paste, like, hey, you want to join my team for $9.95? Hey, you want to get these gut health products? We don't do that anymore. And so this is a way that you can kind of take that concept and make it about somebody else. First question, why did you think about them? Everybody that gets laid on your heart gets laid on your heart for a reason. So tell them that. Don't just make it a, hey, I'm having an event. Do you want to join me? That means nothing to them. But if you can make it about them, their goals, the reason that you thought of them, the reason that they were laid on your heart, it is going to come across so much better. Okay, I'm going to hurry because I only got 10 minutes. So the message, one of the top things that I use in messages like this, you guys can screenshot these. I just tell people, I don't know if anybody's ever taken the time to reach out to you before. I love that line because I have no idea if somebody has reached out to them before or not, but I want to know. And I also want to tell them that I want to make sure that I did. And then this is where the personal piece comes in. I saw your post about your kiddos. I know that you're in a super busy season of life. I can relate to that. And I'm so glad that a friend reached out to me and saw me too. I started a simple product line. It's helped me with X, Y, and Z. And I'd love to fill you in. Are you open to hearing about what's helping our family? Those things, it's kind of like that sandwich, right? I don't know if anybody else has ever talked to you about this before, but in case nobody's taken the time to, I wanted to. And then ending it with, are you open to hearing more? Most people are open. Some people aren't going to message you back. That's okay. You've planted the seed. So that's a message that you can send to somebody if you have never talked to them about Plexus before, but you're thinking about them. Maybe it's somebody that is super busy. Maybe it's somebody that's very entrepreneurial and you want them to do the business with you. Take the time to send the message. Don't wait for them to reach out to you. If you see somebody that has a post up, the second message that is there, I just saw your post. I saw your post about you. This is what I did with Ashley. I kept seeing her posts about all of her migraine stuff, and I kept reaching out to her. I just saw your post. You're on day 6 of the most massive migraine that you've ever had. It's me again. If it's your first message, I don't know if anybody's ever taken the time to reach out to you, but I wanted to make sure that I did. And you can tell people, right? We've got that massive health and happiness lounge that you can always find testimonials in. That's what I'm talking about there. I've seen so many of my friends in our community find relief from that because there's always testimonials to pull from. All right, the next one. This is super, super important, guys. I'm going to give you two quick examples of this. But one of the biggest things that you have to do is have an open storefront. You have to be posting about Plexus. Do I want you puking Plexus every single day? No. I talk about Plexus every day in my stories, but I don't post about Plexus every single day. I post about something that lets people see my lifestyle, kind of like this one. So this was a post that I did last year, ready when we were getting ready for the cruise. And it literally just talks about it. But you can see on this post that there's not necessarily a call to action. I'm not inviting them to anything. I'm not selling them necessarily something that's outright. So it's not saying like, hey, if you want more information, comment below. You're going to have a lot of posts that have been like this, or even that you're going to put up like this. Use these posts as an opportunity to reach out to people. So this is something that I would message to somebody if somebody just liked that post. I just wanted to say thank you so much for the support. It's not always easy to put ourselves out there, but it's been so worth it. I'm not asking them to buy something in this message, but I am planting the seed. I had no idea how many people were going through their days with no energy, not sleeping well, having digestive issues, and so much more, or even just wanting something to supplement their income. It's been amazing to lock arms with people. How have you been? So it's keeping the conversation going. Sometimes people will message you back and they'll just be like, great, how have you been? Sometimes people have messaged back, and y'all have seen this happen before when you've started doing this, where they will reach back to you and they'll say, I've been meaning to message you. And then you get to go into the conversation. Something that works really, really well, putting up a post and having a call to action. So this one, we're hosting an event tonight. If you want to check it out, we keep it simple too. Like this post or comment, and I'll send you the information. Asking them to like the post or comment has been so much more effective lately. Because if they like it, even if it's an accidental and they just were liking your picture, you still get to send them a follow-up message like this. Hey, I'm so excited to have you be a part of this. Thank you for liking the post so I could send you more information. You can switch this up a little bit. Like if it's, I don't know, somebody that you are totally shocked at, you can, I love making jokes about things because that's just my personality. So I might say, hey, I don't know if you meant to like just the picture if you read the rest of the words, but I'm always going to take it as an opportunity to be able to reach out to you. So here's the information for tonight. And this is something that will be really good right now, y'all, for these Monday night calls and the Thursday night calls. And using that line at the end, let me know when you've registered and I'll make sure and remind you so that you have them message you back to see if they're tuning in. A couple of things just to end this because I know we've got another call that we get to jump over to. Y'all, here's the thing. You've got to be willing to do the actions. You have to be willing to send the messages. And if you're not comfortable yet, what I did this all the time when I first started, and I know that some of you did too. Send the message to me or to your direct upline if they're working the business. Send it to them and say, like, hey, I was thinking about sending this. How does it look? We'll give you the feedback. Hey, I was thinking about posting this. How does this look? And then be willing to follow up. 8 to 12 meaningful exposures. Most people don't buy on the very first thing. The same way that if we go in, usually we don't buy the very first pair of jeans that we try on, right? We need exposure. We need to talk about it. We need to feel it. I don't know if you guys are like this. I have to feel every single thing in the store before I decide something. This is not any different for people. Next week, we're really going to launch into how to get people into three-way messages. So going from those first initial messages to getting people into three-way messages and then helping them get their +1. We're going to dive into all of that stuff in the next coming weeks. But here's the deal, y'all. You have to be willing to do the stuff and use the systems. If you're not willing to use the systems and to put up the posts and use the messages, then it's all just going to fall on deaf ears, right? Plexus is giving us all of the avenues. This team, it's giving you all of the avenues. It takes 20 seconds of courage. I just watched a video on this today. Mel Robbins has that whole 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Just do it. 20 seconds of courage messaging somebody can completely change their life, and it can completely change yours too. Because you don't know that that next person isn't going to be the diamond on your team. You don't know that that next person isn't going to grab 10 friends immediately with them. It's that theory, right? If you had a diamond under 100 cups outside, you would keep flipping those cups to be able to find that diamond. So I'm going to challenge you guys in the 1 minute that we have left in this. 5 people in the next 24 hours. I want you to put up a post and I want you to message 5 people using some of those examples. Maybe they like your post. Maybe it's somebody that you see posting and you want to message them. Maybe it's just somebody that you've had on your heart and you can use one of those message examples. And I know that we haven't fully gone through the 3-way messaging system yet, but keep it simple. Hey, I love the community here. I'm going to pop you into a 3-way chat with my friend Mandy, and we're going to go through all of the products and see if it's a fit for you. So when you have somebody that messages you back and they're like, oh yeah, I'd love to hear more, do a happy dance and then message your sponsor and ask what's next. Because I don't want you waiting for next week to have those conversations and to get those people in the follow through. Okay. All right. Plexus call, 9 o'clock. If you didn't register for it, hop into our team chat, hop into our team page. I mean, I have it posted there for you guys. If you need anything, send me a message. We'll send you the link, but I want you guys to be able to tune into that too, so you can see what we're sending to people and inviting to people. All right. Love you guys. Happy Monday.